Welcome everybody to Nothing But Net Media and Live Sport Australia's presentation of your QBL Game of the Week featuring the Cairns Marlins at the Southwest Metro Pirates. I'm John Guan. I'm joined this afternoon by Dave Derwin and Regan Baker. Dave, both teams are coming in off of wins. We're assuming, I think Cairns got the win last night. We didn't get to see the stats. We know they got the win the other night against Toowoomba. Very talented Cairns team coming in against the Pirates this afternoon, who are backing up from a nice win over the Spartans last night. Should be a pretty good matchup on paper. What are your expectations for this afternoon?
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting, all right, and welcome to 2018, Johnny, on the first game for the boys and girls out there. Yeah, obviously it was a bit of a, was it fair to say, a rough and scrappy game, round one for the Spartans game. And then Cairns obviously getting a couple of W's, and we're going to assume they beat Ipswich last night. Unfortunately, we're not sure. But they got a bit of a new group too, so they've got a few new guys. They've got a few new guys in their roster. So I think it probably will continue to be a typical early season game with lots of fouls and turnovers and all kinds of interesting things. Yeah,
it's an interesting group that Cairns has. Traditionally, we see quite a bit of the Taipans development players. We do have a few of those in Anthony Fisher and Kwani on the roster, as well as some young Cairns locals. But they actually went out and got an import, brought in Michael Nuelu. I'm going to butcher his name the whole afternoon. Yeah. But for the first time in a while, it's not something we're used to seeing for Cairns.
Yeah, and I think probably a little bit of that's got to do with the transition into Mike Kelly now as the head coach, and he hasn't really had a great deal of time to take over the reins. So, you know, that'll be interesting. And again, back to the Pirates' performance last night, still pretty scrappy. They did force 24 turnovers for the Spartans, so I'm not sure if that was a combination of good defensive intensity or Spartans' lack of ball security. But, you know, that was a good win. It was a pretty physical affair too, from what I saw. And so, you know, I think they've got some new pieces as well. So I think, you know, certainly Southwest on talent would be a top 5 group. And I think Cairns would maybe be in that middle echelon based on talent. But also interesting, you know, they've got a few of those Indigenous All-Stars in that group as well, which is terrific. Some young guys up from that Cairns region.
Yeah, we're missing Aaron Bintahal, a Cairns Marlins stalwart, but we do have his brother Jalen Bintahal on the roster today. I'm really looking forward to the Cairns team here this afternoon. We don't get to see them so often when they come down to Brisbane, so it's just a bit of a shame we're seeing them early in the season, but you know, we got to see them in the semifinals last year, players like Fisher, who we're used to seeing, and Kwani. I'm particularly looking forward to seeing Jacob Hunter. I think he's a really exciting young talent. Christian Jerlin is also a really young talent that I'm looking forward to seeing. So, and Southwest, it was a good performance yesterday. I really do expect Southwest to come out a bit stronger as well. You know, the first game of the season, you get a bit of the jitters out, you get to knock some of the cobwebs off. Cairns also backing up from last night. It's the third game this afternoon of a triple header. Regan and I banged on a bit about it in the women's game, but how does that affect the team coming into a third game on a back-to-back, especially on a Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock?
Yeah, I think, to be honest, I think you really enjoy it because the team gets to hang out a little bit. You get to build a bit of chemistry. And again, you know, the basketball's changed where it's more of a 10-guy rotation than the old days where, you know, traditionally it was maybe a 7-8 guys play big minutes. So you know, everyone seems to be getting good minutes. And again, it looks like a fairly strong depth with this Cairns roster this year as well, without having maybe some of the superstar power they've had in the past.
And Burl Williams Jr. had a strong game last night, comes out firing early. And Princeton Onwis picks up an early foul. We talked about it in the game last night as well. Onwis really has to be smarter when he's out there on the floor. It was an issue he had last year. That carried over into the game last night. 18 seconds into the game, he picks up his first one.
Yeah, especially just a cheap one too, you know, offensive rebound.
Good defense there. Verl Williams with the tip, Onwis with the finish, and the Pirates are the first ones on the board, up 2-0.
What can I say? A disappointing finish, Johnny? I would like to see him rack it.
I think he would have liked to also, but
like we know he can.
Yeah, we've seen him put it down.
He is an elite athlete, and maybe he's warming up. That's okay.
All right, we'll give him the first one as the warm-up. Fisher is the guy that we really like, Dave.
Yeah, absolutely, and he was, you know, he didn't have his greatest of finals performances late last season, which hurt them a little bit because he's such an instrumental guy for them.
And they get Bairstow for the offensive foul, battling inside with Caleb Davis. So quick personal for Onwis, another quick one for Bairstow. 2 team fouls, a minute into the game for the Pirates. I like it though. Physical play early. You want to set the tone and establish how you're gonna play the rest of the afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Troy Thompson, a good mate of yours, Dave, bringing it back to the Pirate ship.
Yeah, I haven't seen a walking stick out there yet, but maybe. He is only 35. I'm being a bit harsh, but he looks in good shape, and he played well last night too.
Yeah, he had a great game last night for the Pirates. Bringing it back to the old school. Verl Williams inside. Bairstow finishes through the contact plus the foul. Nice ball movement there from the Pirates, leading to the easy bucket for Bairstow.
Yeah, really good action. Princeton probably had a shot as well. Nice extra pass. And Verl was wide open, and he made an extra pass. So really unselfish basketball early. And I think that's what you'll get out of this Pirates group is they really will be, and you see the box last night. I think Jake Allen actually led scoring off the bench in 17 minutes of action. So, they really have a good committee of scorers and options. And if they continue to share the ball, that they can be one of the better teams in the league.
Yeah, good, strong move there from Kwani. Kwani, he joined the group late last year, coming out of the U.S. college system. We had big expectations from him. I think now that he's had a few games and the offseason under his belt, probably expect some big things from Kwani.
Great pass.
Nice backdoor pass from the captain to Verl Williams Jr. Another interesting fact, Dave, new this season for the Pirates. We've seen Vines at the point guard spot. He's actually going to be playing off the ball. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, I think it's good. I mean, obviously they've both, sort of similar in skill set around. Both can shoot and both have good vision. But equally, it's the evolution of I guess, giving Verl a little bit more freedom too with the offense. And you can see with that, great backdoor cut that he's obviously one of the quickest guys on the floor still.
Yeah, he and Vines have played together for a while. Nice ball movement. Thompson finishes strong. I like that. You kick the ball and then you dive off the screen.
Yeah, really nice spacing from the Pirates early.
Verl Williams Jr. gets called for the blocking foul. Fisher didn't get the step on him. It's not easy to do. Verl probably, I'm going to give it to him. He's got to be the fastest player in the league.
Yeah, and certainly with a ball in his hands.
And Verl Williams Jr.
Oh, another one.
Thompson gets called for a blocking foul inside the paint.
That's 4 quick fouls for the Pirates.
And Bairstow has to take a seat. Thought they gave that one to Thompson.
Yeah, they did.
Tyrell Harrison into the game now for the Pirates. Fisher, left hand, good.
Well, an outstanding first step from Fisher and really poor D from Onwis. Didn't close the gap, no hand up. And Fisher exploded. Great move.
It's a good, quick first step for Fisher. Harrison now into the game. He certainly has the height advantage. Thompson, not hesitant, fires the 3. That's off. Onwis tips it to Nuelu. Nice cross, however, picks up his dribble. Fisher has it. He's a real steady hand, Fisher. Has it with 10 on the shot clock, fires a 3. It's good, and we're not at 9. I love the patience from the Marlins there.
Yeah, just really bad defensive recognition from the Pirates there. Losing guys such as Fisher on the perimeter.
Thompson, nice step through, reverse layup is off. Somehow he comes up with it.
And at the end of the day, other than Matt Smith coming in, Cairns doesn't really have any big banging bodies, so they've really, if they're going to do inside, outside, Pirates got to do a better job of finding the shooters.
Onwis misses the 3, under 6 minutes now. Oh, they get Onwis with the block. That's his second personal. So he's going to have to check out. You see Jake Allen, Coach Downer. Coach Downer not happy with the referees. We heard him say earlier he's expecting 20 fouls called already at this rate in the first quarter. Now he's having to chat with the referees, wondering why one is calling on one side, or I mean, Regan, as a referee, I guess I got to ask you: do you divvy up the court and who calls what where on the court?
Yeah, so in a situation like that, it is both referees' decision to come together and actually work out a call. Kalia obviously had the back position looking down, but Gilboy was looking up the court. In that situation, because of where the contact actually occurred, it is the lead referee's final decision, which is Gilboy. So regardless of whether they have a different call or not, they can come together. I mean, in this situation, Gilboy is the senior referee, so he's made the call. He's decided that it was a blocking foul, and so that's what they've gone with. There is a big division about the court, but that's the way it's gone.
And I think, to be honest, I think it was a fairly close call. I thought he had pretty good position, but again, if I'm wearing a Pirate hat, I'm dirty. If I'm wearing a Cairns hat, I'm happy. But I think it was a tough call. It was close.
Certainly contact.
And in a 50-50 tough decision like that as well, when it's on a drive to the basket, you are a lot more likely to give it as a defensive foul, because chances are, in a situation like that, it is more likely the defensive player is going to be the one in the wrong.
Yeah.
Onward stays on the court with 2 fouls.
And I think
gets a 3-point play.
I think Mick was a bit dirty because it gave his superstar his second foul, and now he's got to think about it for a while because he's got to 5 minutes in and he's got a couple.
And Kwani using his strength to barrel through Verl Williams Jr. on his way to the bucket. It's a pretty high-paced game so far to start. Jake Allen trying to force his way to the bucket, loses it out of bounds. Goes off of Fisher, so it's going to stay with the Pirates. A lot of heavy use of the bench from both, well, really from the Pirates. You see Matt Smith, the ageless wonder for the Marlins, check in for the first time.
Yeah, well, 6'11" doesn't get old, right, Johnny? So he's still going to be handy and clog a key, but equally, on the defensive end, if he gets isolated against some of these more younger athletic Pirate guys, he could be in trouble.
Shot clock violation for the Pirates. We're going to see Tyrell Harrison. He's going to get extended minutes, more so than we saw him play last season. Dave, what's he got to do to make an impact for Pirates?
I think you just got to, again, simplify it for these young guys. Again, defend, hold your guy off the block, be a rim protector, be a good communicator. Offensively, anything he gives you is a bonus as far as I'm concerned.
There's another foul call.
Well, it was a late rotation. I mean, he should have eaten that for breakfast, really. Yeah, he's a good athlete. And again, that's just from some of the experience on angles and cutting off guys and so forth. I actually was expecting him to pin that on the backboard. So, but you know, that's some of the inexperience that he has, and Mick will be patient with it.
Certainly has the potential to be an impact player on the defensive side of the ball. I think he had 2 or 3 blocks last night, didn't he?
Yeah, a couple of jams late in the fourth as well when Pirates needed him. So that got the crowd hyped, and I think offensively, just again, be patient.
And he's got to do that exactly what he did on that play there, control the defensive glass. I think Pirates, if they can keep the opposition off of the offensive glass, it's going to make a big difference for them.
Yeah.
Because they're not too deep up front either.
No.
And you see Troy Thompson turning it over on that possession. They do have, Verl Williams gets a piece of that one on the way up. Nice play there, and look at Verl go.
Well, I don't know what, Gelini kind of botched the fast break, to be honest. He kind of threw it backwards when, there was a few Pirate jerseys chasing him. He should have just kicked it out and slowed it down.
Harrison tried to force one in there to lay. He loses it.
There you go.
There's the offensive foul against Gerlina, trying to post up Verl Williams Jr.
I think it was a little soft, but it was there. He certainly gave him a hook. They got excited because there's not much to V-Dub Jr., so everyone licks their chops when they see him in the block. But he's crafty.
Yeah, he's definitely put on, I mean, he's still quite thin, but he certainly put on a bit of weight. Hasn't lost any of his speed.
And to be honest, he's a smart guy too. He suckers them in, and he's got quick hands, and he'll poke it away often instead of getting beasted up in the block like they try and think they can.
He's starting to look, I think as he's getting older also, Verl, he's starting to look a lot more like Verl Williams Sr., isn't he?
Yeah. bit more hair too.
Fisher hits the 3. Cairns now up by 3, 17-14. Bit too loose, too much of a gap there on Fisher as Williams tries to answer on the other end. Can't. Smith wants to go at the young fella. He'll kick it out to Jerlina. He'll fire the baseline jump shot. That's good. Little 5-0 run here for Cairns.
Well, it was a good contest from the Pirates too. I mean, Ty helped out too and got a good hand up, so nice shot.
Allen looking for a rolling Thompson. He gets knocked out of bounds off of Cairns. Going to stay with Southwest. Coach Downer looking for the timeout, so he'll get it. We'll take one as well. 2:55 to go in the first quarter. It's a 19-14 lead for Cairns over Southwest. And your QBL Game of the Week presented to you by Nothing But Net Media and Live Sport Australia. Back with you at Hibiscus Sports Complex. Have to apologize. Technical difficulties. We thought we had them sorted. It did get a bit better. Now it just seems to be getting worse. It's just a hardware issue, and unfortunately, even the backup hardware is not improving things. So please bear with us. We do apologize for this. We'll try and work it. We'll continue to try and get it improved, but we're doing the best we can. Apologies for anyone out there watching. 19-14 the lead here, Dave. I know you're taking a look at the stats. What are they telling you?
They're telling me not much so far, as I'm just looking.
Matty Smith picks up a foul on Bairstow, trying to drive against the big fella. Bairstow's got a tough assignment so far, at least in the early going here. He's going to have to play at the big spots, 4 and the 5 spot. As Verl Williams Jr. misses another 3, and then Marty Leahy gets called for the foul behind on Marshall Ware. Southwest is in the penalty, so that's going to be a couple shots for Ware.
Yeah, always a tough situation. You want to encourage the aggression on the O boards, but you just can't give up cheap ones. And that's probably the eighth or ninth Pirate foul in this quarter.
So Ware at the free throw line. Misses the first. Takes a few dribbles. Lines up the second. That one's good, so it's a 6-point lead now, 20-14. And here's Jacob Hunter, another young talent for Cairns. 6'5" point guard, Dave. You like a bit of size at the one spot.
Yeah, Jacoby's a nice player. He doesn't have the smoothest of jimmies, but it's effective.
Now Verl just throwing one away there. A bit wild and out of control on that play. Kwani, the set shot. Misses. When was the last time you saw a set shot, Dave?
I don't know.
It's been a while. Bairstow sees a lane, goes right at Smith, who eats it. Allen now with 10. Gets himself in a bit of trouble. Lockie Venus's 3 is short. Pirates just seem out of sync, Dave, on the offensive end.
Yeah, they other than a bit of love we gave them with the first few possessions, they really looked funky offensively.
Contested three there from Allen is off. Kwani corrals it.
And again, Cairns is doing a good job of plugging the paint. And you know, they got some size. Again, they got length everywhere, and so that just is effective as well.
Kwani with a nice offensive rebound, lead up to 8. Allen, hook shot, rolls. What's it like to be able to bring a player like Allen off the court, do a little bit of everything, Dave?
Yeah, well, he's a key guy for the Pirates if he's going to remain in that 6-man role because he's a good offensive player. He brings good mongrel. Defensively, he holds his own as well. So, you know, you like that second unit. He gives you a good punch off the bench.
Venus gets it off to Williams. Nice drive, and that's the explosion you need to see from Verl Williams Jr.
Yeah, I think V-Dub will get big minutes this year as you continue to see his evolution as a player. You know, was in that Bullets development opportunity this year, which was good. Probably would have helped obviously you learn a lot, but just his confidence too. I mean, you can't beat his speed. It's just more of that experience and making the right reads and so forth.
Leahy now. Pirates holding for the final shot. Lockie Venus travels though. That's another Brisbane Bullets development guy. 4 seconds to go in the quarter, so Cairns will have the last shot opportunity.
Yeah, a lot of the Cairns guys are blowing here, showing early season fitness, and it has been pretty frenetic pace.
Charlina really deep. Off though, so heading into the quarter-time break, it's a 4-point lead for Cairns, 22-18. Dave, quick thoughts on the first quarter of action?
I think it's just a typical early season game where everyone's still trying to work it out. Pirates are getting okay looks. They're not shooting a great clip, but they just got to clean up some of that offense. And again, Cairns is being physical, and that's what they should be doing. And so they're pushing the Pirates out of some of the stuff they want to get into early on.
All right, well, it's only a 4-point game. It's a tight one, guys. Want to apologize again for the technical difficulties. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the second quarter of action here on Nothing But Net Media and Live Sport Australia. Back with you at Hibiscus Sports Complex. John Warner, Dave Derwin, and Regan Baker presenting you the QBL Game of the Week from Nothing But Net Media and Live Sport Australia. Pretty solid first quarter of play there, Dave. 22-18. What are the coaches saying in their huddles there?
Well, I just think they're just going to settle down a bit. I mean, Cairns were blowing a little bit, but they just say early season, third game, that's going to happen. Just a bit of nervous energy, I think, would be my vibe of the first quarter. Pirates 0-7 from deep. Most of them were good looks, so you can't really fault that. And they're shooting 40% from the floor, so that's okay. And again, Cairns just looked like they've just come together a little bit better.
Deep three is missed. There's a foul somewhere in there. I think they're going to give that one to Hunter.
Yeah.
No, it's going to go on Fisher inside.
Well, Hunter got him too, so they're both guilty.
First time we're seeing Matt Tsek this afternoon. Didn't see much time in the first. I don't remember seeing him on the court in the first quarter.
No, he didn't. And again, he was in that Indigenous All-Stars group as well. So they've kind of got a few guys that should be pretty familiar with each other.
Leahy misses a deep two, knocked around, and Tendakai Machando comes up with it.
Well, the Pirates aren't loving the Sunday rims here at Hibiscus.
Allen's Euro step gets to fall.
So far, 0 of 8 from downtown.
And Pirates had a three-point shot going on last night. They haven't yet to find it, but they're only down 2. Any adjustments required, you think, Dave, from the teams after that first quarter?
Well, I just think the Pirates didn't look very crisp in their offense. That's all. Just again, tighten up that. And then Cairns are looking good so far. I think they're moving the ball, staying in their sets.
Machado picks up his dribble, finds Venus on the baseline. Inside pass is knocked around and stolen by Nwelu. The Cairns import finds his point guard Fisher. Three-pointer is up and short. Good work on the glass there from Davis. He can't follow, though. Allen gets the bucket plus the foul. That's a good kick ahead from Tendakai Machado. And a nice finish there from the veteran Allen. So Pirates tie it up, and Allen's free throw could give them the lead.
Yeah, missed box out down the other end from Marty Lay, which led to Davis being physical, and he just missed a simple one.
How about Allen banking home the free throw?
I think he planned that.
He must have.
That's a skill.
Davis stepping outside, fires the three, it's off. Machado with the defensive rebound. Captain Ryan Vine's back on the floor. He's checked in for Marty Leahy. Bairstow and Allen seeing big minutes here to start. Nice roll. Bairstow gets the bucket plus the foul. Matisek got there a bit too late, and good job there by Bairstow, eating up the block.
Yeah, it was a smidge late, and again, I'm not sure how that ball ended up going through. I think the whole planet knew Jake was going to hit him, but Cairns a bit late, and Bairstow did a good job of catching and finishing.
It's a real skill to finish through all that contact, isn't it, Dave? Is that something that you can train for?
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, again, Bairstow's got a decent rig on him, so he's a strong body, and he likes the physical stuff too. So, but again, it's just having that good vision of knowing where the help's going to come from or not. And the help was just a little bit late.
Allen goes in and out, flips it up, gets it to fall, plus the foul. Fisher looks frustrated, so does Coach O'Loughlin. It's 4 team fouls for Cairns, 0 for the Pirates at the moment. And Coach O'Loughlin going to take a timeout, so we'll take one as well. 7:38 to go in the first half. Pirates have raced out to a 6-point lead here on your QBL Game of the Week, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media and Live Sport Australia. Back with you here at the Hibiscus Sports Complex. Good timeout taken there by Coach O'Loughlin. Pirates on a bit of a run, Dave, before that break.
Yeah, 10-0 run. I mean, Cairns was certainly the better looking group in the first quarter. Pirates, terrific start to the second. And it's kind of not, they've just benefited by playing reasonable D and then transition. So making some better decisions in trans.
Yeah, Pirates doing a good job hurting the opposition when they're out running.
And they're kind of a similar group. They're both kind of similar. You know, a lot of versatile guys, pretty good length all over. You know, they'll shoot the three if they're open. So I think it'll be a really good battle.
Gerlina's three is good. He's got a nice looking Jimmy, Dave. That's the second one we've seen him hit so far today.
Yeah, and he looks pretty confident in it too.
It came up from the Sydney Kings development squad. Big raps on him. He should be an effective QBL guy.
And with, is he in the Cairns Taipans group, Johnny?
Not sure as Allen finishes off a nice, that's an Iverson cut there. But not sure if he is. The announcement I only saw was that he's joined the Marlins. I would assume if he's made the move up there that he'll have something to do with the Taipans. You'd like to think.
Yeah.
Collapsing D. Davis at the top of the key. His three is too strong. Offensive rebound, Nuelu. They skip it over to Gerlina. Now Kwani from the corner. His three rolls home. That cuts the Marlins' deficit to 3. Machando now over to Thompson. The inside pass is knocked away by Nuelu. Fisher has it now for Cairns. Going right at the defense, and he's going to get called for a charge as the captain, Ryan Vine, stepped in to pick it up.
Yeah, easy call. Great read from Vines, seeing him in early trans, and that's what Fisher's going to be. Fisher, he's not going to finish on the rim all the time. A lot of the time, he's just going to get feet in the paint and kick because he reads the play so well.
That's 3 personals on Fisher as well, so he's going to have to take a seat.
Well, that's going to hurt because he's been really good for them early in this first half. So we'll see how this predominantly second unit goes.
6 minutes to go. 3-point game. Harrison over to Vines now. He's got 4 on the shot clock. Gets in the paint, loses it on his way through. Here comes Cairns. Nuelu gets it now with Thompson guarding him. Gets inside, up and under, can't finish. Gets his own rebound. Looked like he was blocked from behind maybe. It winds up with Kwani. Davis, another 3-pointer. This time he finally gets it to fall, and we're not at 31.
Well, the big guy, he looked like he was disappointed on the earlier 2 misses. And he's shown you he's going to keep shooting.
Machando attacking, gets it to fall, plus the foul. Nice finish there from the young fella, giving the Pirates the lead. And Dave, you see the Marlins' frustration. Look at the foul count. 5 against the Marlins. They're in the penalty. 0 against the Pirates.
Well,
What's the difference?
Well, to be honest, I think it's been pretty legitimate. The Pirates are being aggressive in this transition and again penetrating, whereas Cairns are happy to move the ball around, little inside outside, shoot the perimeter jump shot. So certainly the Pirates are being the more aggressive team at the moment, getting to the rim, and they're doing, and also defensively they're doing a good job of using their bodies instead of their hands.
Nick Stoddart seeing his first QBL action for the Pirates this season. As Nuelu gets around the big fella, finishes with the left hand. That's a nice bucket there from Cairns.
Yeah, Nuelu's looking really good. Really solid early.
Good pressure from Matisek. Pirates in a little bit of trouble. Machando has it now. Over to Thompson. He doesn't hesitate on the 3. It's short, though.
Yeah, good rhythm jump shot.
Harrison using a few pump fakes. Good reverse.
Yeah, good read. Nice seal. I mean, he's got Nuelu covered by 4 or 5 or 6 inches, and so he should be putting that big mid up and looking for the ball.
Good footwork too as Kwani gets to the rim. Harrison types it out. Just couldn't finish there, Kwani. Vines over to Thompson. Did you play with Troy?
Yeah.
Vines inside, Machando fading away.
And I certainly spent many years coaching him. So I think he was like a 16-year-old in our squad when I finished up. But yeah.
Showing your age there, Dave.
Yeah, it was a while ago. Or maybe Troy showing his age. How about that, huh?
Maybe, but early going in the first 2 games, he's seeing a lot of court time. He's been effective in his minutes as well. Davis gets the friendly roll. It's a tight game, Dave. I have a feeling this one's going to go down to the wire.
Yeah, and I think, you know, the tempo's really suiting the Pirates, and I think they're going to be one of those teams who are going to want to play a faster game.
Stoddart's another player, Dave, that you're pretty familiar with for the Pirates.
Yeah, he's a good pickup as well. Obviously a BBC junior and pretty you know, big raps as a junior for sure. And so I think he's had a few injury concerns that he's trying to get back in flow with.
Harrison had that nice bucket on the other end.
He's got a nice little old school feel to his game. So a little sort of street feel, and he does some stuff that not everyone can do. And so he's a nice addition to the program.
Athlete, huh?
Yeah, he is athletic as well, but he just gets some stuff that. Yeah, just got a lot of junk in his trunk, you know.
I like it.
Got some stuff in his tool bag.
I like it. We didn't see him on the court versus Spartans last night, so he's getting some early minutes here for Southwest. Coach Downer goes back to the bench. Thompson and Vines getting a breather. Bairstow and Williams Jr. back in.
Yeah, Machendo's giving them good minutes too, like he should, which is defensive energy and intensity, and then he's pushing the ball offensively, and so he's giving them a good punch as well.
Yeah, timeout taken on the floor, Dave. Let's keep it here. 2:37 to go. 4-point game. What are you seeing?
Well, I think Cairns is being quite patient, and again, despite some of the pace that the Pirates want to play at, you know, the Marlins are still hanging around and being calm and collected, and which they often are, is a good trait of their program. Always well coached, and so yeah, they're okay. They've missed a couple of shots in this second quarter, but they've come back again. They've answered that 10-0 run from the Pirates early, and so they're looking okay. Obviously, the 3 fouls on Fisher hurts them a little bit. But, I mean, if I'm Coach Downer at the moment, I'd be looking to try and kick ahead a lead here with Fisher on the bench and capitalise. I mean, he's a lot of their engine. And so I think if they can try and capitalise on him being out, that'd be beneficial for them.
Yeah, well, you see Verl Williams Jr. checking back in. Certainly look to be aggressive here early. Any players standing out for you at this point in the game?
No, not really. But, again, on that note with Fisher out, I'd be trying to press and trap and junk it up a little bit and really test the Cairns backup ball handlers, and again put pressure to them. Like we said at the start of the game, it's their third game in 3 days, and so force the tempo, get up and in. Pirates have got plenty of young guys they can throw at them. So,
how do you feel about the back-to-backs, though, Dave? Not just the 3 games in a row, but the back-to-back for the Pirates as well. Finishing up around 9:30, 10 o'clock last night, and then having to get back out on court at 2 p.m.
Yeah, I think I think BQ does a really good job of sharing the love. So I think they don't get too many during the season. You might get sort of 1 or 2 for these Southeast Queensland teams. The northern teams, it's a bit tough, and that just is what it is. I mean, we have a big state, and you can whinge all you like about north and south, and the reality is we have a very big geographically dispersed state. So you've got to play games sometimes, and financially it makes sense to do back-to-back. I think the guys just accept it, and as I said, a lot of the time, when you're playing or coaching, you actually enjoy being away with a group, and so I don't think you get fatigue's a real issue at this point.
Verl Williams Jr. loses it out of bounds. First time we're seeing Aaron Farmer this afternoon as well. He's checked in for Cairns. Cairns has Matisek, Kwani, Jerlina, Matty Smith, and Farmer. Southwest answers with Machando, Bairstow, Verl Williams Jr., Harrison, and Stoddart. Foul called on the floor. It's going to go against...
out of bounds, I believe that one is,
sorry,
yeah.
Thought they were looking at the big fella, Matty Smith, for banging inside, but steps out of bounds.
Yeah, they've been a bit sloppy with the ball, Pirates. 8 turnovers already, which is okay, but Cairns have been terrific. 2 turnovers in the first half.
Yeah, turnovers really hurt Southwest in that second half last night versus Spartans. They did a good job in the first. That third quarter in particular, though, Pirates really hurt themselves. Nice inside pass. Harrison pump fakes, banks it home. Pretty impressive move there from the youngster.
Yeah, it was a good move. Smith, they drew out Smith, and then he had an opportunity to go to work.
Getting the foul called there is Tendakai Machando. It's the second team foul, I think. for the Pirates. Minute 30 to go in the first half. Got to take the time again to apologize for the technical issues. My brand new computer died on us before the girls' game even started. The backup computer is having issues as well. So apologies for all the technical issues as Maddie Smith gets called for 3 seconds. Good double team on the big wily veteran.
Yeah, great double team. Bairstow and Tybe doing a really good job of being tough and physical. And Smith's just got to recognize, get that ball out of there. He was going nowhere.
Allen's wing three is short. Long rebound is knocked out of bounds off of Farmer. Good veteran play there from Jake Allen.
He just wanted to enjoy the view from the stands there for a second.
Have a breather, I like it. There's 8 on the shot clock. Harrison goes inside for Bairstow. He's fouled by Kwani. Nice seal there by Bairstow. He's just such a versatile player, isn't he?
Yeah, and again, good patience. I think, Ty's got to settle down on the pump faking every time he catches the ball too. He's got to mix it up a little bit. A few times he's caught the ball. He's pump faking threes. I'm not sure if threes are allowed in his in mixed system for him.
No, he took one last night.
Did he?
It didn't go down, but it looked all right.
Well, but he was patient and he made a good pass just then.
So we're under a minute now. It's a 6-point lead for the Pirates as the captain, Ryan Vines, checks back in for Nick Stoddart. Southwest picking up a bit of full court here. Kwani working against Allen, now Bairstow. Jerlina likes to match up with Verl Williams Jr. Good defense, but they're going to get him for the foul.
Yeah, he did a really good job until the last little bit. But again, if I'm, Williams, the fouls are keeping the Cairns in the game a little bit. He was, if he wants to think he's putting on dream shakes, fading away 12, 14 footers, good luck to you. You live with that. You put a hand up and.
Yeah, he's hit a few jump shots so far tonight, so obviously he has confidence in his Jimmy.
Yeah.
It's a good looking jump shot. I'd like to see him back down Williams Jr. though. He's got the size and the strength on him.
Yeah.
Players don't like that back to the basket game anymore, D-Love. I know you're a big fan.
Yeah, well, I think he sort of started doing it, then he wanted to fade away, but should just rise up. He's got Williams covered by a reasonable height difference, and just turn around, rise up.
Vines will rise up and fire. That's off. Kwani defensive rebound. There's a foul. Bit of contact there on Jake Allen. That's the 4th team foul. I think that's Jake Allen's 3rd personal. I know, it's his 1st.
It was a foul.
It was a foul. It was definitely contact.
I mean, we don't want to get.
It wasn't that. I think Allen was a little surprised because they've let similar stuff go.
Yeah.
But you can't. I like what the referees are doing here, controlling the physicality and letting them play a bit.
There you go. That's the move. See, that's the move you should have given Williams a little while ago.
Yeah. So Southwest will be able to hold for the final shot of the first half, up 4.
But he's looking good. Jelina's looks real nice.
Bairstow has it with 3 on the shot clock. Dumps it off inside for Harrison. Finishes with the right hand to beat the buzzer. Great creativity there. I don't know if they got a foul call either.
No, it's bucket count. Yeah, they're good.
Great finish there by Harrison. He did go with the pump fake, but finished with the right hand. You got to like it out of the young fellow, finishing strong.
I just want to know if his feet left the floor on the dunk. I mean,
it didn't really look like it.
I don't know.
Yeah, but nonetheless, it does count for Southwest. So they'll head into the halftime break up 6, 45-39. Dave, quick thoughts on the first half of action?
Yeah, good to be back calling the games again, Johnny. That's the most important part, and I think good overall team performance from both groups. Pirates a little sloppy with the ball. Cairns have been really good with the ball, and hence it's a 6-point game, and that's probably come down to Pirates shooting pretty poorly from the 3 at the moment. But both teams really feeling each other out and it's a good game of basketball so far.
Yeah, it's been good so far. We'll take a break. We'll come back with some halftime statistics. We'll see if we can do anything about the quality of our stream, guys. But nonetheless, it's a 6-point lead for the Pirates. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. We'll come back with the second half of action for you here on your QBL Game of the Week, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media and Live Sport Australia. Back with you here from Hibiscus Sports Complex. John Guarna, Dave Derwin, and Regan Baker presenting to you the QBL Game of the Week from Nothing But Net Media and Live Sport Australia. It's 45-39 at the half, Dave. The Pirates have that 6-point lead. Taking a look at some statistics, I see you furiously highlighting throughout the halftime break. What's standing out for you?
Well, there's some weird ones, Johnny. I don't know that I've ever seen too many like this. So Pirates A had a killer second quarter with field goal percentage, 19 for 25 from two, at 76%. Yet they haven't opened the bank on 3 balls yet, 0-10. So they're 54% for the field, and they're up by a couple. Other than that, it's pretty even performance so far. They're +5 on the rebounding and +5 in assists. Both turnovers are okay. I mean, 9 turnovers is okay. Kansas is even better at 4. So the turnovers are kind of keeping Kansas in the game. They're looking after the ball. I just think they need to work out a little bit more be a bit more focused and targeted in who they're trying to get shots for. I think that's my view of Kansas early on. They're a little bit by committee. Yeah, Caleb Davis, he's missed a couple, but they've been good looks. But again, I don't know who their big-time scorers are going to be this season, or is it going to be a little bit like the Pirates and by committee? And obviously, Onwes had a little to no impact in that first half for the Pirates, only playing 4 minutes in foul trouble, so which would be frustrating for him.
Yeah, I have big raps on Princeton Onwes. We said that we can see him being a difference maker for the Pirates, but he's got to stay on the floor.
Yeah.
So picking up those 3 fouls, I'm sure, would be frustrating for him as well as his teammates. Second half, though, Dave, what do you see happening, or what do you think needs to happen for each team to win?
Well, I think for the Pirates, it's just a little bit more of the same. They're starting to get their guys in the flow. Allen had 12 off the bench, which gave him a nice impact. Obviously, they're hoping Onwes can do more in this second half. But again, Vinesy's only shot the ball once, a couple of dimes. And again, they've defended really well, I think, Southwest as a team. So they've moved their feet, they put their body on the line, and that's impacted a little bit to how Kansas has shot the ball well. But yeah, I'd like to just see, it'll be interesting to see how Kansas, who they're going to try and establish and get points from.
Well, the second half is underway here. Pirates have the first possession. You see them come out with their starters. Thompson looking inside. Onwes gets it on the block against Jerlina. Out to Verl Williams Jr. Shoots it wide open from 3. It's short. Tipped out of bounds off the Pirates, so it's going to stay with Kansas.
Well, if they're going to stay in that, if they're going to double him every time, some of these Pirate guys better get ready, because they're going to be a lot of open threes. It was a pretty sloppy double. Verl Williams had a lot of time, so we'll see how they go. I like the play. If that's how they're going to defend it.
Good backdoor cut from Nuelu, who finishes strong.
Yeah, if that's how they're going to do it, I'd just sit almost in the block until and see how the Pirates can shoot the ball.
Vines. Good ball reversal. They're looking for Thompson. It's not there, so Vines will step back, fire a 3. It's too strong. Cairns really unsettling the Pirates on the defensive end, and then Davis with a nice catch and finish inside. Cairns coming out firing, cutting the lead to 2. Little too short there from Verl Williams Jr. It's a good look, just a poor execution, I guess.
Yeah, sometimes you don't mind those quick shots. I mean, it was a really, it was a good read. He just missed a shot.
Tipped out of bounds off of Nuelu, so Pirates will have possession. Looks like Cairns playing a little bit faster also, Dave, to start the second half.
Yeah, I think they want to get out and again lift the energy. I think Pirates have now been a bit more physical in that second quarter, has helped them. So I think the instruction from Coach O'Loughlin's, again, a bit more physicality, get out in trans and push the Pirates team and see if they can defend.
And Regan, last night we mentioned it, Southwest had that tough third quarter. Hopefully it doesn't become a thing here, but they haven't really started well to start the third here tonight.
Yeah, I've been saying it for a while, that Southwest, they always struggle in that third quarter. They come out, have a really blinding first half, but after that 15-minute break at the half, they just come out, they're sluggish, they're slow, and we've seen it here again today. They've already dropped a couple of points to Cairns, and they're yet to put a point on the board 2 minutes in.
Davis, baseline, hook shot is off. Nice offensive rebound and put back from Kwani, and we're knotted at 45.
Yeah, good energy from the Cairns Marlins early on. and they've really responded to probably the uppercut Coach O'Loughlin gave them at halftime.
Yeah, he definitely gave him a pretty stern talking to as Thompson gets it to roll in with the left hand. Looks to be in pretty good shape, Thompson. He's given him some good minutes.
Yeah, just a veteran, you know, played a lot of this level. And again, you know, quite versatile in that 1, 2, 3, 4 spot.
Yeah, he's having to play 5 as well, Dave. He's going to play pretty much everything.
Yeah, it's certainly not the biggest lineup that the Pirates have had at the moment.
Well, they're also, I think they have a few more players coming out, Dave.
Yeah, I'm not sure who's here or not here yet. Who's coming or.
Bairstow, nice offensive rebound. Gets it back out to his captain. Onwis open. He'll fire a 3. That's too strong.
Is that our 13, you reckon?
I think so, Dave.
Yeah.
Verl Williams Jr. gets his hand on it and then he stepped out of bounds, nearly saved it. Gee, he's fast. You just can't describe the speed that he has. It's unbelievable.
And not just the foot speed as well. Like I must say, the hand speed too. Last night in the game that we covered, Johnny, his hands were everywhere. You know, you can't make, if you've got Verl Williams Jr. anywhere near, you can't make a 90% pass. It's got to be 100% or he's going to get it.
That's a tough miss there from Fisher. Kwani, though, finishes to follow.
Tough miss, but, you know, terrible D and boxing out from the Pirates. I mean, there's 4 guys watching, and then the light blue shirt wanted it more, which is just inexcusable.
A lot of perimeter-oriented action from the Pirates as well, Dave.
Yeah, and it was interesting to see, you know, Fisher just put into that little side-on ball just a minute ago and just waltzed into the key. He missed a bit of a gimme, but it'll be interesting to see if they're going to continue.
Onwis comes up with it after he gave the Pirates a 2-point lead. I like Onwis going to the bucket. I think sometimes he kind of just cruises a bit. He's got to look for a shot a bit more and be more aggressive. There you go. Uses athleticism, but at time he gets called for the charge. I think that's 4 on Princeton Onwis. Maybe it's some of that foul trouble where he is hesitant to drive. It's 3. All right, sorry. I thought he had
Yeah, a little bit is the paint's clogged. I mean, Bear's occupying space, which is nice, but he needs to get out of the way a little bit too and let almost. They're not giving him an opportunity at the moment, from what I'm seeing. Again, I'm the same. I'd like to see almost. You know, almost flatten out a little bit as far as their spacing and give him an opportunity to go do his thing.
Bairstow gets called for the block. He was almost there. When you say flatten out, Dave, are you saying 5 out?
No, as in just simplifying their motion structure and whether they're running flow or whatever they're running, but just give him an opportunity to go and rip and beat his man, because I'm like you, he's pretty confident he can most times, but the times he's driven, he's got 2 or 3 blue shirts in his way, because the weak side isn't really moving and giving him a target either.
Cairns doing a pretty good job though, clogging that paint as
yeah,
well. They look like they're pretty happy for Southwest to keep firing from outside.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're definitely giving the 3 a little bit, letting them have the 3.
So when you have teams like, do you just have to shoot the 3, Dave?
Well, if it's a good shot, again, you know, as you say, mix it up with a bit of penetration. I mean, you haven't seen a great deal of Pirate plays on the rim, have you? So that, you know, I think you just got to continue to mix it up. You want to penetrate, you want to get on the rim, you want to feet in the paint. And then Olmos is going to play with 3 fouls here now, so he's going to be probably pretty conservative on the defensive end.
3-pointer from Fisher is too strong. Let's see who they give this one to.
Venus.
Yeah, Lockie Venus gets called for the foul inside, trying to establish position on the glass. Vine's going to get a breather. Machando checks in for him. It's a real scrappy third quarter here, though, Dave. It's back and forth action. Neither team can really establish the ascendancy.
No, well, you know, it's an 11-6 quarter to the Marlins so far. And again, it's kind of carried on that little bit of a scrappy and sloppy start to the game.
Davis, three-pointer is up. That's way off.
Oh, he's got a good-looking stroke.
Yeah, it's not bad.
He's only, whatever he is, I think 3 of 10, but
He's, like you say, though, he's taking what the defense is giving him.
he is.
Good double team there from Cairns. They can't regather, so Southwest has it along the baseline with 5 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, and Cairns have done a good job in this quarter, Johnny, of really packing the paint and moving their feet well. Again, getting bodies in front of the Pirate guys. That's been, noticeably better in this third quarter.
Onwis, that was just a nice, strong move. Catching it on one block and finishing on the other side. Again, though, effective in the paint, Dave. What can the Pirates do? Maybe they need to put Onwis at Bairstow's spot in the block.
Yeah, well, I mean, they can't get any really smaller with their 6'4" or under group. But, yeah, I think, again, I think it's just finding out. I think they're just trying to find out, too, where Princeton wants the ball. I mean, he's coming from a cap system that couldn't be any different to this system.
Very free-flowing.
So, equally it's just around integrating, where you're going to try and get shots for Princeton and so forth.
Kwani picked up his third personal. It's the third team foul. 4-point lead here for the Pirates. Got about 4 minutes to go in the game. Excuse me, the third quarter. I'm jumping ahead of myself. Allen Euro then kicks out to a wide open Machando for three. That's too strong. Gerlin gets hacked on his way to the bucket. Nice little up and under. I like the aggressive hot jump stop and then strung up.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it wasn't like I don't think he knew what he was doing, but I think he just said, I'm going to jump into a couple of Pirate guys and see the referee helps me out. And the referee helped him out as he should have because the Pirate guys were in a really good defensive position.
Yeah, he definitely got hacked on the head on his way to the bucket. So 2 shots here for Christian Gerlina. Dave, I'm going to ask the question, and I'm pretty confident that you'll know the answer, but explain to the viewers what a development player's role is in an NBL program.
Yeah, well, a lot of the time it's going to be one of the younger guys, and they're either fringe NBL guys talent-wise, or they're sort of in that next echelon of elite junior, and so they've all got a few spots across the league. And so the Bullets have got a number of development players and also guys that they've got in a program they've built themselves. So there's about 6 to 8 at the moment in that Bullets Academy that they've got, and so which is great. They're getting elite coaching, good connections into the Bullets community, and a few of them are on this Pirate roster, which, as you'd imagine, with Mick Downer being an assistant coach. And so, it's great for the league and good for Southeast Queensland, obviously, to have those guys in and amongst the QBL.
Hey, Cairns, throughout the years, and particularly the Marlins, have used a lot of development players as well.
They've been really good at it, in Townsville as well. They both used to have really strong QBL programs on the back of their NBL links.
Nice strong take there from Jake Allen. With the development guys, we saw Ryan Vines had some time up in Townsville as a development player. We know Ty Harrison is one of the development players for the Bullets. Fisher is a development guy for the Taipans as well. Just curious if Gerlina is one of them as well. We never got official word as of yet if he is. But if as a development player you can play in the NBL, correct, as well? You can get NBL minutes.
Yeah, I think you got to be in that contracted spot though. There's only a couple of. They broke the seal, Johnny.
Yeah, Lockie Venus too, hitting his first three.
I mean, it wasn't pretty, but they'll take it.
Yeah, that increased the lead to 5, 58-53. I believe Lockie Venus is in that Bullets Academy as well.
Yeah.
As Harrison fouls Matusek. Trying to come over for that block, and like you say, Dave, it's good because Harrison has the length, obviously, to make up for that late rotation.
Yeah.
But it also hurts him quite often when he's a bit late.
Well, it's just how he does it too. So as you see, technically, the two-hand up is great, and there's been an evolution in the NBA around, you can verticality and you can jump up, and obviously those NBA athletes probably get about 11 foot worth of reach, out of those guys. And then now but you got to teach that and keep on evolving that. So he's caught in between being doesn't have the strength of some of his opponents. So sometimes he'll stay down and be physical and cop it, and then other times he needs to challenge vertically because he's 7 foot. And that's just the evolution of him and development of him still.
It's a lot of footwork also, isn't though, Dave? You got to be in the right spot to go vertical.
Absolutely. And I think sometimes he's been a bit late today with some of his defensive rotations. But that just comes with experience. And
again, Onwis getting to the rim. He's fouled on his way to the bucket. Nice little set there for Princeton Onwis to get to the rim. 58-55 the lead for the Pirates. We're under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Jalen Bintahal in for the Marlins. Also got Marshall Ware, Kwani, Matt Smith, and Matt Tisek.
Well, your early prediction, Johnny, is looking good. Close game. And they're both having runs, and then they come back at each other. I'm with you. I think it's going to be an under 5-point game based on what I'm seeing.
Yeah, well, it's there at the moment, Dave.
I think the key really is if the Pirates can get Onwis going and really just let him do his thing. I mean, he's a great talent, and obviously had a bit of foul trouble this weekend.
Cairns has a mismatch every time with Matt Smith. He's working really hard too, the veteran. Bintahal tried to find him. Bairstow gets it, kicks ahead for Onwis, leaves his feet, and he's fouled hard underneath. Nothing intentional there. It wasn't an intentional foul. I think his legs just got caught up with Onwis's legs. In all honesty, there, Onwis fell hard.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we haven't got a replay, but I'd maybe look at it and go, well, kind of took his legs out maybe. That's with my naked eye.
Yeah, see, from my naked eye, I thought it was just a standard foul. There was a clear attempt made at the ball, so it was nothing malicious, deliberately attacking the body. And look, to the same part, it's kind of also Onwis's fault as well in terms of how he ended up landing as well because of the way that he caught the ball and ended up jumping. So there was nothing malicious in it. It played the ball. Yeah, he kind of hit the ground a little bit hard, but it definitely wasn't a deliberate attack on his legs. It was just, it was good defense really in the sense that, he played the ball, he got the hit, he just hit the ground hard.
Yeah,
their legs got tangled there. Onwis definitely fell pretty hard. He looks all right, though. Hits them both. Burl Williams Jr. and Marty Leahy checking in for Jake Allen and Princeton Onwis.
What do you think, Johnny? Leave him in there?
He's got 3. You're up 6, minute and a half left. Going to need him for that home stretch. I don't mind the substitution. Matisiak too strong. Nice offensive rebound. Matty Smith, he wanted to get his, brought it down too low, and he's stripped. Finds back out. Now Williams Jr. Hands off Bairstow. Jump shot is good. 8 points to lead now for the Pirates. Under a minute to go in the third. Bintahal has it. Now out to Matisek with 40-5 on the shot clock. He's going to have to fire deep on that short. Bintahal pushes Burl Williams Jr. in the back. That's a foul. 4th team foul on Cairns. Got to say, Dave, I think the referees set the early tone in that first quarter, but they've done a great job letting both teams play this afternoon.
Yeah, I think they were maybe a little whistle happy, a smidge in the first quarter, but certainly they've done a good job since then.
Marty Leahy uses the pump fake.
Whoa.
Now finds Vines. Little miscommunication there. He's got 5 on the shot clock. Vines fires from deep. That's good. That's a 3 for the captain. They pick up full court, 10 seconds to go on the game clock. Not sure if Kansas is aware. They've got 5. Kwani makes his move, wrong foot, misses. Bairstow gets the rebound. Is he going to get a shot off? I think it will count, but it's short. So we'll head into the fourth quarter with the Pirates lead back up to 11, Dave. Kansas did a good job early to start. Pirates weathered it and then started to pull away towards the end of that quarter.
Yeah, I don't think it was a bit of a secret with Fish having to go out in that last 3 or 4 minutes for his spell, and they kind of looked a little lost. And Pirates did a good job of capitalizing a combination of that and almost getting going a little bit. So, good signs for the Pirates. And again, 11-point lead is going to help them out. They closed out the third quarter better than Cairns, and now it'll be really important to see how Cairns responds in this first 3 minutes of the fourth.
Well, it is the quarter time break, so we'll take a quick one as well. 66-55 the lead for the Pirates over the Cairns Marlins on your QBL Game of the Week, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media and Live Sport Australia. Back with you from the Hibiscus Sports Complex. John Guarna, Dave Derwin, and Regan Baker from Nothing But Net Media bringing you the QBL Game of the Week. It's the Southwest Metro Pirates 66 over the Cairns Marlins at 55. Pretty good afternoon of basketball here for two teams that certainly have finals expectations. Cairns coming in on their third game in 3 days, while the Pirates backing up off of a tough match last night versus the Spartans. Southwest would love nothing more than to move to 2-0 throughout the season. Dave, taking a look at the statistics, Pirates were able to pull away towards the end of that third quarter. What is the statistics telling you?
Well, one of the interesting ones that I like is the bench mob for the Pirates, and so they've got 32 points off the second unit, which is tremendous to Kansas 5. So, I think what that's telling me is when the Pirates go to their bench, they got a little bit more juice. And Cairns really have struggled. If it's not one of their starting 5, they're struggling to score.
And Nuelu just stepped out of bounds on his baseline spin.
Well, they just need to look at getting Nuelu the ball again, involving him as well, because he's been really looking really good when he's got good touches. And they went to that horn set, which Cairns like to run sometimes. So we'll see how they go in this fourth quarter to start off.
Thompson from the top of the key, too strong. So neither team scoring on their opening possession of the fourth quarter. Kwani bullying his way in, misses, but it's knocked out of bounds off the hands of Marty Leahy, so it's going to stay with Cairns. Gerlin, a step back jump shot is good. It's pretty slick, Dave.
Yeah, he's good. He's smooth. I like him.
Vines attacking Gerlin, flips it up. He's fouled.
Yeah, good take.
Vines felt like he had the position, got to the rim, and got fouled.
Well, and again, like we said, Johnny, we haven't seen a great deal of penetration from the Pirates early, and when they can penetrate, good things are happening.
See Princeton Onwist getting set to check in.
Well, he had his little minute and a half at the end of the third quarter breather, and plus the quarter time. So
Vines really traditionally a solid free throw shooter. We saw him struggle last night from the free throw line again here this afternoon.
I thought you were going to kill him again and talk about the Bullets game. I mean, that would be hard.
Which one? UCLA?
Yeah, I mean,
I can't. No, that's in the past. We never do that for Vinesy.
Okay. That's why I thought you would.
No.
But now we talked about it though.
Well, you did. I'm trying to move on from it.
That's right,
I think
Danny. I mentioned it last night as well. I went there too.
Nice strong take from Jolena. Can't finish. Davis's follow is no good. Second attempt from Davis, though, falls.
Well, just a poor defensive effort then by the Pirates. Bairstow and Thompson both looked at the guy coming at him, and no one moved their feet. And then they worked the glass a bit.
Earl Williams Jr. can't get the 3 to fall. Marty Leahy scrapping for it. Thompson doing the dirty work. It's a jump ball tie up, and the possession arrow favors Southwest.
Wow, the 2 of 20 from 3 is brutal for the Pirates tonight.
And they're not bad looks either, which,
No.
you know, you could bang your head against the wall if they're bad shots, but they're all good looks. Like that one from Verl was wide open.
Yeah, they have been good looks.
Leahy
Nice.
using the body and then finishing strong. It's a 10-point lead here for Southwest. Nuelu has it fading away over Onwis and hits.
Whoa. Okay. Shows you a little Dirk
One
action.
footer. Gotta give a shout out to Nuelu's shoes too. I like those. Very Miami Vice. Verl Williams Jr. from the corner misses a 3. Kwani saves it. Fisher now has it.
Yeah, well, only 8 attempts for Nuelu. Again, I want to see him get the ball more.
Probably still finding his way. This is real. You know, this is his first 3 games.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't have arrived all that long ago, and then he gets fouled on his way, on his cut to the basket by Troy Thompson. Foul each per team. 8-point lead for Southwest. Inbounds.
Oh, wow.
Goes back court. Really, Cairns just looked so good coming out of the third quarter. It's amazing how the game ebb and flows. They just look so out of sync in the first 2 minutes 20 of this fourth quarter.
Yeah, considering they had a great start in the third.
Onway's going to fire a 3 that hits the back of the rim. Now Fisher pushing ahead. There's Nuelu going at Leahy. He kicks it out. Drilling's 3 rattles home.
Yeah, good action, great pass, good move in the block. And I mean, every time Nuelu gets the ball, something good's happening. So whether he's in the block or making a hard rip and putting the ball on the deck, he's making good decisions.
Onwes can't get the roll. Cairns with the rebound. They're looking to cut their deficit from 5. Jolena, corner 3, no good. Fisher gets called for the offensive foul. Pushing Verl Williams Jr. out of the way. Coach O'Loughlin just crossing his arms, absolutely baffled. 4th personal foul for Fisher. Fisher's been going at it with the referees all afternoon too.
So he should. He's a competitor. I like it. And again, he's the heart and soul of this team. So, you know, I think he's at a. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the call. He pushed him in the back. I think he's just frustrated a little bit around how they're struggling a little bit to score when they need to.
Not a bad idea trying to throw it up to your 7-footer, but even 7-footers have limitations on how high they can reach.
How about those event cinemas over there, Johnny? What do you reckon of that? It's pretty solid.
Yeah, Pirate's doing a good job securing some more sponsorship for the 2018 season.
Pretty good seats. We
wouldn't mind those in my men's shed.
Can we relocate our seats over there, maybe? Or?
Depends on how we perform. If it goes off of today's performance, we got no shot, Dave.
Ooh.
As Jerliner hits another one to cut the lead to 3, and Coach Downer's seen enough. He's going to take a timeout. Dave, let's keep it here. That's a good timeout. Because as much as Cairns looked out of sync, Jerliner is putting him on his back right now between him and Nuelu. They've cut the lead now to 3.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Jelena, and again, it hasn't been out of their offense. Their offense is still consistent when they're running what they want to run. It's just Jelina's made a couple of shots. So
What's Coach Downer focusing on? Is it the defensive side of things or the offensive side of things? At the moment, defensively, it just look a bit, not necessarily a lack of communication, but a lack of cohesion for the Pirates.
Yeah, I think they're okay. I actually think he's probably going to talk a little bit about their offensive execution. They, they haven't really got great looks in this fourth quarter, I think, when it matters. And again, the last 6 minutes will be interesting to see how they run and what they run. It just looks like they're kind of struggling a little bit. I know the shots have been okay and they've missed them. So obviously if they make 6 of their missed 23s, we're having a different conversation. But offensively, I think that they look a little bit funky too, trying to understand what they want to get.
Is there any adjustments you've seen from Cairns that you think that Pirates haven't been able to adjust themselves to?
No, I don't think so at all. I think Cairns overall has been pretty good Team D. Just sometimes the Pirates look a bit inconsistent and unsure of what they want to do at times.
Onwis floater is too strong. Harrison can't pull it down, but Bairstow saves it.
Yeah, another good look, and unfortunately just rimmed out.
Leahy's going to fire the wing 3. That's short as well. Tipped around, Jerlina comes up with it. Bit of a matchup zone there from Cairns. Kwani with the head of steam. They're going to get Leahy for the block, it looks like.
Yeah, and it's the same time, and you just heard Coach Downey yell at him about talking. It was the exact same when Thompson and Bairstow were at the back, and someone just walked into the paint. They got to establish the ball, and then they got to rotate.
You expect that out of your big man at the back of the defense, don't you, to really...
Well, I expect it out of 5 guys, to be honest. I mean, and again, are you hearing great talking out there? I mean, I'm sure not. And this has been some of the knocks on the Pirates group over the last couple of years. They've had good talent, and then defensively, they just need to work out their identity.
Kwani gets the screen from Nuelu, leaves his feet, finds Jerlina wide open again for 3.
Well, they got lucky. Allen helped from the leftist shooter.
Kwani just doing absolute work on the offensive glass there. He's fouled by Princeton Onwis, so he's going to go to line for a couple of shots. It's about 3 or 4 different tips he had there on that possession.
Just some of those little things, the defensive energy, intensity, communicating, and then turning that into a good box out.
Misses the first. He's had the ball in his hand quite a bit today, Kwani.
Yeah, well, I mean, their starting 5, gets big minutes and probably will continue to get big minutes for this season. So they'll be better for it, as well as Marlins give them a little bit of extended pressure here to try and burn some clock. But Bairstow just walks to the middle. Again, missed another simple one.
And he steps out of bounds, so.
Well, I mean, the bad 3-point shooting, and again, Onwis missed a couple, Bears missed a couple. They make a few of them, it's a much different story.
They're clinging to a 3-point lead at the moment as we approach 5 minutes to go in the game. Nuelu gets it way away from the bucket, goes baseline, loses his feet after stepping out of bounds. He certainly had the step on Bairstow, but unfortunately that step touched the baseline.
Yeah, well, Jacoby Hunter getting only a minute and a half break to give Fisher a quick spell.
Bit of moisture on the court. Pirates are going to come out with Allen, Vines, Onwis, Bairstow, and Harrison. Cairns answers with Davis, Nuelu, Kwani, Fisher, and Jerlina.
Yeah, Pirates have done a good job in looking after the ball tonight since those early 9 turnovers in that first half. Only 2 more so far in this second half.
On the shot clock. Onwis gets it. Hesitation, dribble, tries to force his way through and then throws it out of bounds. You mentioned the turnovers, Dave.
Well, again, we talked about execution a minute ago, and I'm pretty confident. I just saw 3 or 4 purple guys in purple jerseys all just look at each other and go, well, hey, what are we doing? What's going on? What are we running? And a few of them putting their hands up. So, yeah, they just got to clean up some of that execution.
Fisher goes inside for Davis. He skips it over to Jerlina. Deep 2 is off.
Yeah, good hand from Almost then. Because Jerlina was loading up regardless of what happened.
Bairstow dumps it off for Harrison, who finishes strong. Jerlina charges through Princeton Onwes. That was a risky tag from Onwes.
I don't know if that wasn't a carbon copy of the first quarter one, so maybe he was owed that one. I don't know.
Who knows?
Looked pretty similar to the last one.
I've got a feeling, like, from my perspective of where I was and I saw that, I believe Princeton was a fraction late. However, the big offensive arm coming out of the Cairns player, like, even if Onwes is a little bit late, for him to reach that far away from his body and hit him in the chest and knock him over, you know, I don't care if Onwes is half a second late. Like, that's a big arm to then knock him to the ground. So I couldn't agree with Gilboy more on that one. I think it was definitely a charge.
Yeah.
I think Coach O'Loughlin didn't like it. He took a timeout, had a couple words for the referees. We'll take a quick one as well. 71-66, Pirates over the Marlins with 4 minutes to go in your QBL Game of the Week, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media and Live Sport Australia. Back with you here at Hibiscus Sports Complex. John Guarna, Dave Derwin, and Regan Baker. Under 4 to go. Pirates up 5. 71-66. Good time out there for Coach O'Loughlin.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he wants to run next time down. I think when Nuelo is in the block, good things have happened. So I'd look to maybe continue with that.
8 now on the shot clock. Vines kicks it to Onwes. Good ball movement. Bairstow corner 3 is too strong.
And good offense, good penetration. Onwes made a nice extra pass. And it's kind of been a story of the night for them. They've just missed they've missed the shot when they needed it to drop.
Fisher finds a cutting Jerlina, who can't finish the reverse. Looked like he didn't really have control of that at all.
No.
Onwes can't finish. They're going to say it was on the ground, I think. So not shooting foul. It's going to be a sideline out of bounds. It's your favorite song, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah.
One of them.
One of.
This was in the movie too, wasn't it? Allen misses the layup. Onwes gets it back. Vines again with 10 on the shot clock. Allen definitely shuffled his feet on that one.
Yeah.
It's close.
Was close.
It's those 10 to 8 second shot clock ones where the Pirates are really struggling this afternoon, Dave. Fisher loses his feet, then the ball gets kicked up ahead to Princeton Onwes, leaves his feet. A lot of contact. He's fouled by Nuelu. So Onwes going to go to line for a couple shots. And I think Coach O'Loughlin might be using up his final timeout here.
Yeah, well, they like running Fisher off his left because he's really good with his left equally. And unfortunately for for him, he just mishandled it, and the Pirates got a good transition opportunity.
Oh, timeout. Let's keep it here, though, Dave. It's a pretty risky move if that is the last timeout for Coach O'Loughlin with 2:40 to go in a 5-point game.
I'd have to agree with you, Johnny.
There must be something he saw there that really got under his skin, because he definitely did not look happy when he asked for that one.
Yeah, we'll just have it while we're here, Johnny. We'll just quickly go through. For the Pirates, Jake Allen leads all scorers with 14. Bairstow with 10, almost with 12. Sorry, and then and Tyrell's chipped in with 10 as well. Still shooting 2 of 25 from the 3, but they've been super effective from 2. A lot of those shots are around the basket, so they've done really well in capitalising on those opportunities tonight. And for the Marlins, Jelina's got 19 points. Kwani's got 15, Fisher 10, Davis 9, and Nawala 8. Again, we talked a little bit about not getting enough opportunities. You know, he's been good. 7 rebounds as well. They have done a good job on the O boards. You're right, Johnny.
15
and again,
offensive rebounds. That's a massive number.
It is, and I think a lot of that's though in a defensively poor performance from the Pirates in the rebounding.
Pirates also, though, with 13 offensive rebounds. Neither team really has a tremendous amount of size, or depth of size, I should say.
Yeah.
You know, Southwest rolls out Tyrell Harrison, who's, they say he's a 7-footer.
Yeah.
And Matt Smith isn't too far off for the Marlins. Onwis missed the first with 2:40 to go. Pirates up 5. Second one's off as well, and Whaley with his 9th rebound of the game.
Ooh, flirting, looking for a foul.
Kwani working against Princeton Onwis. Uses that armbar. Davis fires the wing 3. That's an air ball. .220 now to go.
I'm not sure that's what O'Loughlin drew up.
There's good pressure defense from Onwis, really throwing Cairns, I think, out of whack a bit. Onwis now in the left corner, guarded by Kwani. Looking to back his way in, he's stripped. Good defense there from Kwani. Now he's going to push ahead. Corner 3 for Fisher is up, it's short. Allen with the defensive rebound, he's looking to push. Triple teamed, Allen's in a bit of trouble, finds Bairstow. They work it around to Vines. Vines has it now with 10 seconds to go. No-look pass is nearly stolen by Jerlina. There's 8 seconds to go. And Coach Downer looks like he's going to go to the bench, and Verl Williams Jr. going to check in. And Coach Downer also going to take a timeout as well. Minute 30 to go in the game. 71-66, the lead for the Pirates over the Marlins. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with the last minute 30 of your QBL Game of the Week, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media and Live Sport Australia. (71-66) the score as the Pirates lead the Marlins with a minute 30 to go, Dave. Pretty big timeout there called by Southwest. 5-point game. We said it was going to be tight. It's played out that way, Dave.
Yeah, we'll see what they're going to run on this after timeout play here, and see who they're looking to get the ball in these hands.
Vines corner three is up, no good.
Well, Cairns did a good job of running out with the zone, but they got a good look, the Pirates. So
yeah, still can't find that three-point shot to fall. Only hit 2 so far tonight as Fisher. Now Kwani from the wing. That's a big three-point bucket. Cuts the lead to 2.
That's what the Cairns fans wanted, Johnny.
Yeah, a few Cairns fans are in the crowd today. Bairstow's pass stolen. Nuelu comes up with it. Now out to Gerlina. Gets inside. Layup is good. The game is tied at 71.
I can't see, Johnny. No timeouts left for either team, right?
I don't believe so.
I think they've burned them all.
30 seconds to go now. Vines has it. Gets inside. Looks for the reverse layup. It's short. It's tipped out of bounds off the hands of the Pirates. And Cairns will have an opportunity. Dave, there's half a second difference between the game and the shot clock. Cairns could hold for the final one. And Princeton On was going to check in for Ryan Vines. Woo!
We did say it was going to be a close one.
Yeah, Southwest has a couple fouls to give too, Dave. Well, they only have 3 team fouls.
Well, they're going to see if they're going to play at a full clock and see if Cairns either do or die on the buzzer or give themselves opportunity for an offensive rebound with about 4 or 5 to go.
Here's 8 on the clock. Fisher eyeing up Allen. Nice crossover. Gets inside. It's blocked. Kwani's layup is good with 2 seconds to go. A broken play, but Kwani capitalizes. And Coach Downer did have that timeout in his back pocket. He calls it. Good block on Fisher. It fell right to Kwani. Kwani underneath the basket, and he laid it in. And Cairns trails the entire game, takes their first lead in ages with 2 seconds to go in the game. We said it was going to be close, Dave. I didn't think it would come right down to the end like this.
Yeah. Well, you never know. Pirates have got a chance to answer still.
The timeout advances the ball up to half court.
Yeah.
3-point line even.
3-point line, so that's even better. Do you go for? Surely you got to try and get a play at the rim with 2 seconds to go, down 2, Dave.
Well, it just depends on what the sort of coaching flavor is, right? You either go all or nothing, or you look for a tie. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm not sure what Coach Downer's going to go for here.
With Southwest 3-point shooting percentage, though, do you really risk going for the win?
Based on 2 of 26, I'm sure not running out of 3-point.
And the other thing that you have to keep in mind, Cairns is in the penalty. So any foul called on Cairns will lead to 2 free throw attempts.
Well, the other thing too, Cairns zoned on that last ATO, so it'll be interesting to see if I'm going to guess they're going to man up, but they might kind of show a man, and again just give a contested 3, and if it goes in sometimes. And
just an unbelievable set of plays here. Matty Smith checks in for some size. He's going to pressure the inbound. Bairstow's inbounding for the Pirates. You got Verl Williams Jr., Jake Allen, Troy Thompson, and Princeton Onwis. It's away from the baskets. Onwis, 3-pointers, an air ball, and Cairns comes into the Pirate ship and steals a win from the Pirates after trailing a majority of the game. Cairns elated, Dave. Pirates absolutely deflated after dropping that one. It was a tight game, but Cairns able to sneak one home.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, that just a little bit of that attention to detail stuff where they had a pretty good job defensively late, and K Squared comes up with the offensive rebound and snatches victory.
And you heard Coach Downer. We were sitting next to him. We heard him say to the basket, obviously a breakdown in communication there from someone. There was no action towards the basket. You had 2 players running beyond the 3-point line.
Yeah, I don't think they got anything what they wanted in that play. So it'll be interesting to see if we can try and find Coach Downer to see what he was after, but to see if he was after the 2 or the 3. But I mean, now they'll be disappointed. They shot poorly they competed pretty well. Just some of that execution stuff hurt them down late.
Yeah, and like you said, though, earlier, Dave, you said it, a couple more of those three-pointers fall. Pirates finished 2 of 27 from 3. That's an anomaly in my books. Not many teams are going to shoot that many and only hit 2.
No.
So
that was, yeah, a rough day at the office for the Pirates.
Very rough day. They drop a tight one, 73-71. We'll take a quick look through some of the final stats for the Pirates. Leading the way was Jake Allen off the bench yet again. 14 points. He had 4 rebounds, a couple of assists. Also in double figures for the Pirates, Princeton Onwis. He had 12 with 5 rebounds and a couple of steals. And Jared Bairstow finishes with 10 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. So the usual all-around play for Bairstow. Leading the way for Cairns was Christian Gerlina. Finished with 21 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Kwani with that big game-winning bucket. Also finished with the double-double, 20 points, 16 rebounds, and 3 steals. And also in double figures is Anthony Fisher for the Marlins. He had 10 points. Got in a bit of foul trouble, had 4 fouls as well. So overall, pretty solid game from both teams. Cairns just able to sneak a win in that final second.
Yeah, and again, K-Squared, big rebound when it counted, and he worked hard all night. 6 offensive rebounds is a terrific effort, and he got the most important one of the game.
Definitely was. Final thoughts, though, Dave, before we wrap things up?
Listen, I think, Cairns obviously showed they've got a great starting 5, and they're probably going to realise they need some more from their bench moving forward. For the Pirates, they shot really poorly from the 3, which deeply hurt them. But again, clean up some stuff. I still think they've got enough talent to be a top 5 group for sure.
Regan, any thoughts before we wrap it up?
Look, I just think Cairns played a really good game overall. I mean, they came out, they played a consistent game across the 4 quarters. So, look, they came out firing after a triple header, so very, very tough job. But they came to the party and they played an amazing game. So all the credit to them for that victory in the end. Southwest, look, I think the biggest thing that they're going to have to do is they need to work on getting a second half of basketball. I mean, to be completely honest, me and Mum, we went through this pain for the Bullets the entire season. We just can't play a second half of basketball, and the Southwest is playing this exact same way. We just don't have 4 quarters of basketball. And if Southwest is going to get themselves into the Final 4, Final 8, whatever it is, they need to learn to play.
Yeah, well, Cairns would be ecstatic opening up the 2018 season with 3 games on the road. We don't know. We still don't know what the final was in Ipswich last night. They got at least 2, if not 3 wins on the opening round. So Cairns positioning themselves well after the first round of ball. But that's going to wrap things up for us here for my colleagues Dave Derwin, Regan Baker, and Chris Sieber on the camera. Also James Bowman down at Australia Sports Network for all your assistance. Thanks everyone for tuning in. And don't forget, we'll have another doubleheader for you next Saturday on your QBL Game of the Week, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media and Live Sport Australia. I just do the thank you, yep.